Welcome back. It's the Good, Bad and Stupid News, Thursday 22nd of August. It's quite a late one for me today, so we're going to get straight on with it. Just going to tell you that, again, it's on podcast, trying to get it onto other podcast platforms, so you can definitely find it on the Good, Bad and Stupid.podbean.com. But I'm trying to get it onto iTunes. I'm waiting, and it hopefully will be on Spotify as well. I've just found out I can put it on there, so lots of places to listen to it, so you can get my ugly face out your video screen, or do something while listening, or not bother with any of it. Really, you don't have to. No obligation. But we're going to get straight on with the funniest thing of the day was Boris Johnson meeting Emmanuel Macron. Did you see that in the news? Boris Johnson relaxing with his feet up on the table. I'm not too sure where the building is, but apparently it's the building equivalent of somewhere like Houses of Parliament or Buckingham Palace or something like that. And he's sitting there just casually with his foot up on the table. Emmanuel Macron's face just had that. I just wondered, when what is French for get your fucking feet off the table, as you would say if it was your friend, or as my mum has said to me on numerous occasions when I forget where I am. So yeah, but he just basically, I think there's a lot of laughs to come from Mr. Johnson along his reign. At the very least, he's going to make lots of comedy and errors and stuff like that. So there's the first one right there. He's had plenty in the past, but I mean, this is his first official fuck up. But at the same time, it's funny that he probably just fucking doesn't see anything wrong with it as well, and just whacked his foot up on the table, and I'm surprised he didn't click his fingers or say, anybody got any biscuits or something like that. I don't know, but I didn't watch all of it, so I'll have to find out more about how that went down. But a lot of tweeters were getting their knickers in a twist over it, so we'll find out more. Maybe talk about it tomorrow. While we're on the subject of the English government, the UK has sold 6 billion in arms to the Saudi Arabians in the Yemen for their Yemen campaign, or in their Yemen campaign. The government approved arms sales worth more than 6 billion to Saudi Arabia and its allies in the first 4 years of their bombing campaign in Yemen. Do you reckon any of those killed anybody? Those British war bombs, there's British arms. The government sells it to them on the basis that they're not used for any humanitarian issue, which that war is a humanitarian issue, and it's like a massacre and just a what's it called? One-sided war, isn't it? Basically, one's got loads of weapons, and they're just bombing the shit out of the people without the weapons. But they're doing it with British bombs and weapons, according to this, £6 billion worth. And it goes on. I can't read it all, but nearly 100,000 people have died in the conflict. But how the people can stand there and just, as if, well, we haven't done anything wrong. All we're doing is, a salesman or whatever. But basically, what they're saying is that ministers say arms sales are not approved if they could be used in violation of international humanitarian law. Well, that just shows you right there that it's quite clear that it's against international humanitarian law, but they've got every loophole or every situation covered that they allow themselves to be able to sell them and not take any blame or any rap for the fact, but just take the money. No blame, no rap, just the money. And then since that, because of all the pressure and the judge ruling that it was illegal for us to sell them arms because of the situation, so it took a judge to intervene. The ministers have said, no, hang on a sec. The ministers have said that they will fight the ruling because the ruling's been given by the judge, but they have suspended further arms sales to Saudi Arabia and its partners until the legal situation is resolved. So they're suspending it, but they're only suspending it whilst they sort out the legal side of it. But then, however, critics have attacked their decision to invite the country's leaders to attend a major arms fair in London next month. So fucking writings on the wall with their intentions and whatever. They're going to wine and dine them, bring them over, show them around all the fucking new tools and whatever else is available. Precision, multi-million pound fucking, murder machines. And they're going to wait until the legal thing's sorted out. So absolute bullshit, really, isn't it? I mean, but that's how they make their money, isn't it? Forget about a journalist that got chopped up into pieces and whatever else. Let's just fucking invite them over, wine and dine them at the arms fair. I didn't even know we even had an arms fair in London. I bet it's packed. Is it all like just the British arms available, British guns and whatever else all on show? You can't really fucking preach. Again, it's another. We don't practice what we preach. It's brilliant when you see them stand there and sort of question other countries who are doing this, that, and the other to people, and then you're selling fucking, Rambo equipment to people who fucking got no other intention but to use them, of course. Anyway, what do I know? This isn't all about me. This is about just about the day's news. Unfortunately, that was big news today. So. £6 billion. Right, moving on. A crocodile that once belonged. Oh no, let's just do this one last political type one, which is Donald Trump. Where's he gone? Donald Trump. He's not talking to the Danes at the moment. He's fell out with, or he's pulled a hissy fit because they won't sell him Greenland, which is a random off the top of his head fucking idea by the sounds of it, but he's a businessman as well, isn't he? But he wants to buy Greenland. He just wants to buy a country, and Denmark don't want to give it to him, so they've said it's a ridiculous idea. Why would he think that? So he said, well, in that case, they were going to cancel our. He's tweeted that because of their abusive rhetoric, if you like, he's done them both a favour by saving them loads of money by cancelling their meet-up or whatever. So there's a proper dummies out the pram, and he's like fucking highlights his narcissism. I'm surprised he hasn't jumped in on the arms sale to what's he called, to fucking Saudi Arabia. That's the thing, isn't it? They just think, well, if we don't sell it to him, he's going to sell it to him, or somebody else is going to sell it to him, so we might as well do the deal. And we might as well have the money. Somebody's going to have blood on their hands. It might as well be us. Or somebody might as well have the money. But yeah, so Donald Trump is he's probably fucking all over it anyway. I bet he's eyeing that up. But he wants to buy Greenland. Who knows? He might want to buy England sooner or later when we're fucking hit the skids and we're bargain basement price. We'll be like, either that or Mike Ashley from Sports Direct. Maybe he'll snap us up, put us in his like fucking portfolio of businesses. He's buying everything, isn't he? Fucking, it's like a Hoover. He's like a business Hoover, just hoovering up everything. God knows what he's going to do with it all. I mean, they're fucking doomed anyway, ain't they? The high street and stuff. I know how to fix it. I told you. I think I've said it before. I need to make it so that everything in the shops is the equivalent of a price online, or at least give you the option to do that. So that will give people the reason to go into town or go into the shops to buy stuff. If they can say, "Oh, I've seen that online; it's cheaper." Stops people buying it online, then, doesn't it? Or gives people the opportunity to pick it up the same price. Anyway, there's me, Wayne, Queen of Shops. Save the high street. A crocodile that once belonged to Fidel Castro savaged a pensioner during a party at an aquarium. They've made a big deal about this being a crocodile that once belonged to Fidel Castro, savage the pensioner. They're making it look like Fidel Castro set a crocodile on him, you know, the way the headline was. But the man in his 70s actually had climbed up to the beast's enclosure, as you do, intending to address the audience. Speaking about the incident in Stockholm, somebody said the man was standing with his back against the crocodiles, with his arms stretched back over the protective barrier, when the crocodile bit him. Well, if you're going to fucking play around near the entrance to a crocodile thing and have your back to it, have they said whether he's pissed or not? The extent of the injury is currently unknown. The incident is automatically reported to the police and the man has been taken to hospital. He was heavily bandaged when we arrived at the scene. It's not known which of the pair bit the man. Oh, so they don't know which crocodile bit him, so that'll probably save them being shot or killed because of that fucking idiot. So it's obviously, I thought it's happened a while ago, but it's obviously happened recently. But they still make a big deal that it was Castro's crocodile, but he left them to somebody else, and it's basically where is it? He gave them to a Vladimir Shatilov, a Russian cosmonaut in the 1970s. And the Russian cosmonaut kept them at his flat, these crocodiles, until his furious wife insisted that he give them to the city's zoo. He should probably be left. Well, he's off cosmonauting around the fucking space or whatever he's doing, and she's left at home with the crocodiles. That's not an ideal situation. So no wonder she probably said it's the crocodiles or me, or it's me in the crocodiles. So yeah, I think. No woman's going to put up with that. You bring in crocodiles home and say you look after it. It's almost like when I see big muscly guys and that walk in, their girlfriends, what's it called, little chihuahuas or some shit like that. They don't want to. You can see it all over their face. They don't want to be walking that dog, but they do it because the girlfriend's gone. Right, I've got to go to work. Make sure you fucking walk. You know, what's his name, Sooty or whatever the dog's name is. And this guy's like, he probably bought it for her as well, so faux pas, watch what you buy, it's going to come back to bite you, literally. Pamela Anderson says she seduces blokes on her dates by slipping into her Baywatch swimsuit. That was a bit of a tongue twister, but the sexy actress says she then nips into the shower so she can jump on them while soaking wet. She's trying to recreate the scene. I can imagine. I expect David Hasselhoff to come running in behind the scene as well. She delighted her fans by revealing she can still squeeze into the cherry red swimmers she donned in the hit 90s show. How did she delight them? Was this on Twitter or something? Was they all like going, ooh? How was they showing their delight at like the fact that she could still squeeze into, you know, a swimsuit? Was they just sending sexually charged gratification tweets or something? How the fuck do you know? Anyway, so a lot of lucky men out there who've been in her company, or maybe not a lot, but men who've been in the company have had the experience of her jumping in the shower in a Baywatch suit and then jumping on them when hopefully like catches them by surprise and fucking they go, oh fuck you now, come on, you're soaking wet. Just got the suit on to go to work or something. So yeah, well there you go. I think she's single, isn't she? So it could be another guy sometime soon who's going to enjoy that performance. What's this guy? Ian Holloway. This is a football one, but Ian Holloway, huge own goal after accusing the EU of being responsible for the Premier League's new handball rule. He basically said that the Brexit, blaming the decision on Brexit, I think that's what people telling us what we need to do with our game now that they should stop doing that. I hope we get out. Brexit because that's what people are voting for and sorting that out, because you cannot have someone telling us how to do our own game. Well, isn't it just the fucking rules for football across the board? It's not different rules for England versus Europe versus the rest of the world, is it? It's all one and the same for everybody. So I don't know what he's on about really, but he's lost the plot a bit on that one. But he usually says some quite funny stuff. So he's got some of these quotes here that he's said before. On Cristiano Ronaldo, this is the best one. On Cristiano Ronaldo, he said he's 6 foot. He's 6 foot something, fit as a flea, good looking. He's got to have something wrong with him. Hopefully, he's hung like a hamster. And then he said, having said that, my missus has got a pet hamster at home and his cock's massive. So that's pretty fucking funny, really. And what else is he said? On his kidney stone, he said, it is still in my body. I'll have to pass it at some time, but my passing's absolutely diabolical. That's what I told the doctor. What chance have I got of passing anything? Did you see me play? So he's got a good sense of humour, but he's obviously fucking... That's it, Ian Holloway, if you don't know who he is. He's like fucking everybody blaming Brexit. It's funny how the word Brexit is stuck. It's just a made up word, and now it's like all anybody ever fucking mentions or uses, and it's got to be the most used word of the year or something. It's got to be the most used word. That and like, you know, swear words or something or other. Brexit's almost like a... Well, I've got a potty mouth, so it's like fuck for me, I think. Brexit to other people. I say it that often. What have we got? Boozed up Rachel. A girl called Rachel Wynne flew home to face her boss yesterday after she got drunk at a christening in England and jetted off to Ibiza for... Where'd she go? Oh, she's gone over to see friends over there, so she wasn't just gone over there by herself, but she just decided on a whim just to go and jump on a plane, fly over there, and then try and fly back the next day. Believe me, it don't work like that. Well, she's fucking managed to do, but it's cost her about 800 quid. It don't work like that on the cheap, put it that way. They get you. She's obviously lost her job and fucked it up, and she's got a good story to tell though, even made the papers. I remember I went to Ibiza and I paid 50 quid to get there, and I didn't book a return trip. I thought I don't know how long I was going to stay, so I thought, well, but then a few days later, after a few mishaps, I thought, fuck it, I want to go back. And I couldn't get a flight cheaper than 350 quid, and I had to do a 6-hour stopover in Madrid in the middle of the night when the shops are all shut. So it was a fucking nightmare. So just going on a whim, and that was from going on a whim. I booked it the night before, went the next morning, 50 quid and then 350. Otherwise, the next flight would have been having to fly to Edinburgh or somewhere like that for about 500 quid. So they got me, stung me. So I feel you. I know where you're coming from. There's a picture there of Kim Kardashian. It shows that she gets photoshopped because there's a picture on her foot. You're not going to be able to see it properly, but she's got 6 toes. Well, why would they Photoshop another toe in? Well, she actually got 6 toes. She's got 6 toes in the picture, that's for sure. So unless she's fucking... yeah, they've put an extra toe on her. So somebody's either taken the piss there, haven't they? So maybe put some webbing in there as well or something else. There you go. So don't believe what you see. People who want to be like Kim Kardashian and trying to be body depressed and whatever else. No need. If you want to be like Kim Kardashian, you've got to get yourself an extra toe at the minute. So don't feel down. What we're going to get onto here. Speaking of depressed body image situations, the term dad bod is making men mentally ill, with 93% wanting to change their bodies, a poll for On the Beach found. Well, it's all out there now, people. it's a new thing to be healthy now, isn't it? It's fucking look all over the internet. All you ever see things popping up for health things and health exercises, all that kind of stuff. The information's out there. If you want to change your body, you can. You just got to do it. You can't just sit there depressed watching fucking Game of Thrones or whatever for 20 seasons or whatever it is, and then expect eating Argan-Dazs and then moaning that you haven't got your beach body when the sun comes out. What have we got there? Come back to that one. So Billy Connolly is told that his tough struggle to come to terms with Parkinson's disease. The comedian said he had to work hard to see the good things in life after being told he had the incurable ailment. I pulled this out just because, I mean, obviously it's sad, isn't it? But he battles on, and he's still doing his stage shows, and he's still travelling around the world by the sounds of it. So he's fucking handling it very well. He's 76. You never think something like that will ever stop. But he said he's finding it difficult anyway. But he found out that he had Parkinson's by somebody telling him when he was walking through a hotel lobby. Somebody told him, somebody came over to him and said, "I think you've got Parkinson's." I suspected he had Parkinson's. And then he went to the doctor who confirmed it, because he said because he was walking funny. I mean, he could have been pissed, couldn't he? But at least the guy had the the sort of decided to go and say something rather than just not bother saying anything. But yeah, it's crazy, that, isn't it? He's walking along, all of a sudden somebody comes and goes, "Excuse me, mate, I think you've got Parkinson's." How are you going to think when somebody says that? You think you're fucking mad, it now. It turns out it was true. Okay, Dagenham, Stacey Solomon, whoever that is, hometown, has been named the sexiest place in Britain. I'm going to beg to differ right there before reading the rest of the story. Dagenham, where the TV star was born, who's that, topped the league table of amount spent on sex toys, role-play outfits and erotic gifts. The East London suburb, home of Ford Motorbrand. I'm not reading all that. So basically, Southsea in Hants was second. Somewhere in Yorkshire came bottom. Oh, good. And no mention of Birmingham. Well, we should be right up the fucking top there. Anyway, it's only based on sex toys sold. How does that make you? It could just mean that you're not getting on off your partner, so you're having to do yourself or something. Or it could be that wasn't it up there where Poundland sold out of vibrators? If they're going for a quid, of course you're going to fucking, you're looking at statistics there. Statistics, you're saying it's the place where most dildos or sex toys were sold. If it's where Poundland sold out of dildos, you get where I'm coming from. It's just people are probably buying fucking 20 at a time going, fucking hell. But it doesn't mean they're going to use them. And also, as I said, it doesn't mean that they're getting it from the partners. Or maybe Dagenham's not a lot going on, so they fucking stay indoors and do it that way. Anyway, it's all good. Not knocking it. I've never been to Dagenham, so what do I know? But I'm sure there's most people anyway. Is that going for people buying them at the sex shops? Because most people buy them online under the cover of the, it's like the new brown paper or the brown Mac or something. Only you do it online where nobody knows you or nobody knows who's buying what. So that's where you probably buy your most. If you're going to buy something really outlandish like a big fucking arm or something like that, or double fucking end or whatever. I don't know what toys are out there. Speaking from experience, not really. But I can't imagine somebody going into the shop and buying this thing that they throw over the shoulder like that and just take it out. They're probably like a bit more the lifestyle stuff, innit? The sort of tame stuff, if you like. But anything that's a bit heavy, I bet they fucking order it through the post. So does that take them into account, or is that on the dark web? Where you buy like, I don't know, almost create your own almost illegal sex toy. Right, moving on from moving on slightly, because Jade and Will Smith, they're married, aren't they? Jade Pinkett Smith, sorry. She was talking about her ups and downs of the relationship, but they're together and together. I don't know if they've been split up, but they're back together. But she's revealed that the secret to her and Will's success or longevity, wait for it, sex toys. The outspoken actress has 2 kids, and she's a big fan of bedroom props. She says, people are shocked about my love for using sex toys. I know damn well I'm not the only one that uses them. Well, you're one of the only ones who's coming out in the news and sort of telling everybody what's going on behind closed doors, putting that image in the head. I didn't necessarily want that image in my head, but now I've got it. Somebody's saying you're airing your dirty laundry in public there, but still, I guess. Has she got a sex toy range coming out anytime soon? I've been... What's the word? Am I being cynical? Maybe she's got a stake in Dagenhams, profit sharing out of Dagenhams' fucking sex toy boom or something. Will Smith's going to be moving to the King of Dagenham, or the Fresh Prince of Dagenham. Fucking, sex toys for everybody. The king is back, or the king is here. Right. Had enough of sex toys. What else can we move on to? An escaped cow. I like this. I used to like this story. I do like this story. You know when you get an escaped cow and then somebody saves it and it escapes from the slaughterhouse and they save it and give it a chance because it made a run for it, so they sort of see it as a lucky charm or something like that. No, I just read that. I thought, I'll read this one. An escaped cow was shot dead by police yesterday. Didn't need to do that due to concerns for the public. It is believed to have got free from a Carlisle abattoir and was on the loose for 2.5 hours. The distressed animal, I'll put it onto the animal. Distressed, he was probably fucking happy as Larry. Not distressed, he's happy. He's just done a runner from being killed. And lo and behold, he got killed, got shot by police officers. So that's not a happy story for that cow, unfortunately. So sorry to hear that. You nearly made it, mate. I wonder if you still ended up on anybody's plate, or with a health and safety. You're not allowed to eat one that's got a bullet, or it's riddled with bullets or whatever. So they shoot him in the head anyway, don't they? Right. Okay. So we're gonna. I'm going to get through. I've got loads more. Oh, let's do this. Mel B must be living up to her Scary Spice nickname after learning her 2 money-spinning theatre shows have become a sales disaster before they've even started. I wonder why. I can reveal the singer is set to miss out on 57,000 in unsold tickets from a brutally honest evening with Mel B events. The first of which is a lead. It's like a tell-all kind of stage show where she's gonna answer questions from the public about her life, but unfortunately you've told everybody over the past few weeks anyway, so everybody knows fucking anything that's worth. You've already dished all the dirt on everything that you've got, trying to sell your book, so why are people going to go along to your stage show? Fortunately, you've made a bit of a rick there, so you're going to miss out on a few squids. She's actually sold out half the rooms apparently, so some people haven't got the memo, or fucking, or some people are interested in what Mel B's life is all about. I'm not, unfortunately, so I won't be going. So you can stop with the free tickets, please. I don't want any. Weatherspoons are going to, after Brexit, Weatherspoons are going to lower their prices to an unbelievable low after Brexit. I've got to say, they're pretty low anyway, aren't they? How can they go? They can't really go much fucking lower than what you're getting in Weatherspoons, can you? They're like half the price of anywhere else. It just goes to show that you can, where the other pubs are fucking having you over. Some pubs now are like, I paid £6.50, but I ordered a random beer. You know when you order a random one, go, oh, I'll try that one, that's got a nice picture on it, pale ale or whatever else it might be. £6.50. So I always ask the price first. How much is that one? Oh no, how much is that one? Oh, how much is that one? No, I'll just have a skull, please, mate. Sounds like this place is a right rip-off. But if you're going to Wetherspoons, you don't get that. You could order the whole bar. That's the time to be, who wants a drink? Who wants a drink? If you're going to be smart, put that on your pub crawl with your mates and make sure you get the round in the Wetherspoons. You'll save yourself about 50 quid. That's what I do. No, but that's what you should do. Some people are snobs. You won't get them in there. People won't go into Wetherspoons. There's a pub near me. There's two pubs, Wetherspoons, and there's a posh one dead opposite, and the seating area is dead opposite. And you can see the people there paying double. They won't sit in the Wetherspoons, which is pretty much the same seating, but they won't, because it's like, so you can see the kind of people. You can see the Wetherspoons people are all like kind of down to earth working class people, and you see the other people are a little bit smarter, posher, snooty, whatever. But you know, fucking hell, money's money. I'd rather it be in my pocket. Kind of finish up on a couple of the things here then. What we're going to finish up on. A tourist unpacked his suitcase when he got back from his holidays, and he's brought back a scorpion leapt out. Fucking hell. As John England said, the creature dashed over the clothing before racing around his bedroom. He managed to grab it. He managed to catch it actually, and slipped it under a cup. What's he doing? He killed it. It was a black scorpion. Does that mean it's double dangerous? Black widows are dangerous, aren't they? It's a black scorpion. They grow to 6 inches and kill lizards. 6 inches. That's about that long, isn't it? So yeah. So luckily he didn't leave it to. Luckily he noticed it. Imagine if he got to 6 inches and then he saw it. I always remember seeing something on the TV when I was younger, and there was a scorpion who had crawled into somebody's slipper, and he was just sitting there inside the slipper, and I think it was a horror film or something, but somebody got a cropper from that. But yeah, you wouldn't want that. Spiders are pretty bad, but you wouldn't want a scorpion running around anyway. No thank you very much. Or tarantula. Scorpions and tarantulas, they're the two things you don't want running around your house, that's for sure. Hair of the Mug. I'm going to finish up on this one. Hair of the Mug. A man claims that his wife's cat cures hangovers and aims to sell it online for £185,000 in Russia. So there you go. If you want a cure for your hangovers, you can buy a cat for the meagre price of £185,000. I would suggest that if you were to buy a cat for £185,000, that is going to be the fucking biggest hangover you're going to have, because you're going to be pissed when you buy it, and you're going to wake up to the biggest and worst hangover you've ever had in your life when you realise you've spent £185,000 on a cat from Russia. And you might have done it without your knowledge, because if Russia's hacked you, they might have just done it from your bank account on your behalf. So check what you're doing when you're pissed. We've all done it, like that girl who just jetted off to Ibiza. I've got some stories like that, but I ain't got time to tell you, so maybe another time. Hope you've enjoyed the video. See you next time. Been Wayne Lawrence. See you later. Bye.